Hello, I'm Nathan. Welcome back to WMF Reacts. Hopefully you've been here before. If not, welcome and joining me on this rather interesting musical journey. So I've reacted to a couple of rap tracks by Tupac. So I'm going down that rabbit hole again today, but this one isn't going to be like the last two. So the last two I did was the one about his mum, which was heartfelt and open and raw and quite emotional and that sort of thing. The second one was Changes, more about the place he grew up in and why the world is like it is and how things have to change, or society isn't going to survive and all that kind of thing, which is really sort of moving, and it got me on a long rant about a lot of different things. So yeah, that was quite an experience. But this one is taking a ride further deeper down the dark rabbit hole. So this one has been suggested by somebody that commented on one of the previous. This one was suggested by a watcher. So this one is called Hit 'Em Up, which is a diss track. Now I am obviously familiar with diss tracks, when you release a song basically calling somebody else out and talk about all their flaws and all that sort of thing, and not necessarily in a nice way. I've obviously seen a lot of this sort of thing. I'm a big fan of like the Sidemen. They spent quite a while dissing each other, and it was quite a big time for them. KSI, if you know the Sidemen, they are a British YouTubing group. KSI, you might have heard of. He does music as well, and boxing and all sorts of things. And Prime with Logan Paul. Can't stand Logan Paul and the Paul Bros. But anyway, I go off the point. So he pretended to leave the Sidemen, and he did a diss track, and then all the other did diss tracks against him, and some of them were really kind of raw and like hurtful, that sort of thing. So I'm used to the concept of a diss track, but this one is actual direct threats of violence to people as well. So this is taking it to the extreme. Now, I'm the sort of person, I don't tend to curse or swear a lot. I can do if I'm frustrated with something, but it's not part of my everyday vocabulary, that sort of thing. And if you watch my gaming videos, it's generally family friendly. I don't tend to play a lot of like GTA story mode, because GTA story mode has a lot of swearing and that sort of thing. So I tend to avoid that kind of thing on my sort of YouTube videos. This one, I've had a quick look at the lyrics just to see what it's about. Yeah, a lot of use of obviously the N word and MF, Samuel L. Jackson's favorite phrase. So there's a lot of that. So as I go through the lyrics, I'm probably not going to say it all fully, especially not the N word, obviously. So it's going to be a bit different for me, because I don't speak in this way. I don't converse using a lot of cursing. So for me, it's going to be a really far out there and different to what I usually do. But anyway, if you enjoy this, please comment, like, subscribe, have a look at my Patreon as well. I would be ever grateful if you did that. And let's have a look, I guess. See where we go.
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. West side, bad boy killers. You know who the realest is, niggas. We bring it to you. First off, fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. West side, when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust on bad boys, niggas fuck for life. Plus, Puffy tryna see me weak, hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia, some mark ass bitches. We keep on coming while we running for your juice. Steady gunning, keep on busting at the boots. You know the rules. Little Caesar, go ask your homie how I leave you. Cut your young ass up, leave you in pieces. Now be deceased. Little Kim, don't fuck around with real cheese. Quick to snatch your ugly ass off the streets. So fuck peace. I let them niggas know it's on for life. Don't let the West Side ride the night. Bad boy murdered on wax and kill. Fuck with me and get your caps peeled. You know, see.
That's the end of the first verse. I'm trying to read for the lyrics. There's no lyrics on this. They've not allowed subtitles, possibly because of the language and the use of the N word and so on. So that's the way it is. So first reactions. Music is fairly basic, which is fine, because Tupac uses voice as an instrument over the top of it. So the background music isn't the focus. It's his voice and how he carries the melody while he's rapping. I said he uses his voice as an instrument, which is not something I've really thought about before. I think of rap as just kind of somebody almost speaking words like a poem, but a poem to music. And looking at the other tracks from Tupac I've listened to, they are very much in a kind of poem, but to music. But he doesn't speak it like a poem. He is singing it, but in a conversational way, I guess. Although having a conversation like this probably wouldn't be a fun conversation, would it? You know, it's a diss. He is having a go at people about some very serious stuff. So here's some names there. You know, Biggie Smalls I've heard of, Puffy, obviously. So he's talking about West Side, so he's East Side, so it's East versus West. As far as I'm aware, so I don't know a lot about the history. I've tried to not look too much into it, so I'm not having too many preconceived ideas about what's going on. But I believe he did do this after he got shot and figuring out who did it. So let's have a look at the lyrics a little bit. As I said, I don't do a lot of cursing, so I'm gonna, not say the words in full, just because that's who I am. So yeah, it is what it is. So there's a bit of an intro. Sucker ass, ain't got no MF friends. That's right. F you bitch, you fat MF. Yeah. There's some girls in the background saying take money. It's West Side, bad boy killers. You know what the realist is. N word, we bring it to. So that's beginning. So then we start off with the first verse. First off, F you bitch and a click you king. West Side when we ride, come equipped with game. Gonna be a player, but I effed your wife. We bust on bad boys. Ends F for life. So yeah, so obviously having a go at some of these people and their lady friends, should we say? So saying that they're not as good, when we ride, we come equipped, everything ready. You claim to be a player, so you claim to be good with the ladies, but I had your wife, so you ain't that good at you. I'm much better than you. Yeah. Plus, Puffy trying to see me. We start like Rip, Biggie Smalls, and Junior Mafia. Some Marcus bitches. We keep going while running for your jewels. Steady gunning, keep on busting the fools. You know the rules. Little Caesar, another pizza place. Was when I was in America and Canada. Yeah. Guys, get home now. I'll leave you. Cut your young ass up, leave in pieces. Now be deceased. Look him. Don't f around with real G's. There's so many references and so on that I don't know. Obviously, he's having to go to all the people he thinks were against him and may have been part of his shooting. So, it's all the West Side ones. He's having to go to all of them. Is he West Side? I assume. So East Coast, West Coast rival, which that's what I'm guessing is he's East Side and they're West Side. I'm gonna have to check that. Tupac, East or West? Right, so it's West Coast. Though yeah, Deep's right. Right, so West Coast and Death Row Records. Biggie represented East Coast. Okay, so it's the other way around. So he's representing West Coast and East Coast. Yeah, that makes sense when I'm saying. And a West Side when we ride, we come equipped with game. So he's on about. So I read it the other way that he's going West Side, yeah, but when we do it, right? So he's West Side. See, I'm learning something. Okay, let's have a look. Don't let the West Sides ride tonight. Bad boy murder, wax and killed. F me and get your caps peeled. See. Yeah, and it is just telling them how little he thinks of them, that he's going to get his, get back at them. Right, so this is the chorus. I've just cut off the beginning. Oh, see?
See, grab your blocks when you see Tupac. Call the cops when you see Tupac. Who shot me, but your pumps didn't finish. Now you're about to feel the wrath of a menace. Nigga, I hit him up.
Right, so grab your Glocks when you see Tupac, and I quite liked the way he said his own name. It was a lot more melodic, and it was putting a lot of emphasis on his name and kind of, making a big thing of his name, which, it's about him in it, so yeah, he would. Call the cops when you see Tupac. Excuse me. So, grab your Glocks when you see him. Call the cops when you see him because, you can't handle him. You've got to get your guns, got to get the cops. You can't handle this guy. He's too good for you. Who shot me, but you punks didn't finish. Now you're about to feel the wrath of a menace. So, and I hit them up. So, yeah, you guys try to get me. Didn't work. You're not good enough. I'm coming for you now. Now you're going to see something serious. It's what you expect from a diss track, but obviously a diss track on steroids, should we say. It's a lot deeper and a lot more kind of in your face. I'm going to do something to you rather than just having a go at somebody. So, yeah, quite an interesting one.
Hit him up. this out. You motherfuckers know what time it is. I don't even know why I'm on this track. Y'all niggas ain't even on my level. I'ma let my little homies ride on you bitch-made ass bad boy bitches. Feel. Get out the way, yo.
Alright, so Tupac then was saying, why am I even doing this? You guys are beneath me. I'll let my homeboys sort this out. So the first one is Hussein Fatal. I have no idea who that is.
Get out the way, yo. Get out the way, yo. Biggie Smalls just got dropped. Little move past the Mac. And let me hit him in his back. Frank White need to get spanked right for setting traps. Little accident murderers. And I ain't never heard of ya. Poisonous cats attack when I'm serving ya. Spank and shake your whole style when I gank. Guard your rank, cause I'ma slam your ass in the paint. Puffy weaker than the fucking block I'm running through, nigga. And I'm smoking Junior Mafia in front of you, nigga. With the ready power, tucking my gas under my Eddie Bauer. Your clout petty sour, I'll push packages every hour. Hit 'em up. Grab your...
Alright, before we go back to the chorus, so somebody I'm not aware of. Different style again, but once again is using his voice to carry the melody in a different way to Tupac. Tupac's voice is a bit deeper. It's got a lot more power to it and a lot more authority. So this guy, Hussein Fatal, he's putting a lot more emphasis on the melody, and its voice, it is very much kind of up and down and carrying the melody a lot more. He's putting in a lot more different kind of, putting a lot more inflections on his voice. So it's going up and down and up and down and kind of flowing a lot more like a kind of traditional instrument and putting emphasis on different words and different phrases. And it's very, very apparent with him, with Tupac. I suppose just because he's got such a authority in his voice, there's more of the lyrics coming through, whereas this guy is a lot more melody showing in his voice. If that makes sense, that's what I'm kind of hearing from anyway. Right, let's get out of the way. Yo, get out of the way, yo. Biggie Smalls just got dropped. He got dropped as in shot, or dropped as in dropped from his record company. I don't know. Let him move past the MOC, the MAC, and let me hit him his back. Frank White needs to get spanked right for setting traps. Don't know who Frank White is. Little accident murderer, and I ain't never heard of you. Poisonous cats attack. I'm serving you. Spanky, shanky, whole style when I gank. Guard your rankers on. Slam your ass to the point. Puppet weaker than an effing block. I'm running through N-word. I'm smoking Junior Mafia in front of you. N-word again. With the ready power. Tucked in my gas under my Eddie Bauer. Eddie Bauer. Feel that one. Your club petty side, push the package every hour, hit him up. So it's a lot of the same sort of thing. He's, saying the things that he has done, things people have things other people have done, and just it's going through the same sort of thing. You lot crap, you lot nothing. I'm better than you. I'm gonna get you. It looks really difficult to decipher because I don't know any of the context. I don't know the names. I don't know the slang for a lot of it. I said it's a world that I don't know about. So, but it's interesting kind of stepping into it and, seeing this. And I didn't realize there were going to be different artists on this. So I'm being exposed to different people, which is quite good because they do have separate styles. So Tupac is very distinctive how he raps. So let's go. So this will be the chorus again.
Grab your Glocks when you see Tupac. Call the cops when you see Tupac. Who shot me, but your punks didn't finish. Now you're about to feel the wrath of a menace. Nigga, we hit him up.
Right, before we get back into the next verse. So I was saying, they've got different styles. Tupac there's something about the way he raps that you don't notice as much about his voice being an instrument. It's a weird thing to say. So the previous person, it was very much, you could tell the kind of up and down, and it was quite sort of on purpose how he's doing it, and he's changing the pitch of his voice and the tone and the speed and that sort of thing to get different words in different places. And you see it's fairly deliberate. Tupac seems a lot more kind of laid back, that it all comes more naturally. Do you know what I mean? It feels a lot more the natural flow to the way he raps, that it's just kind of expected, and its tone, the way it shifts between different lyrics, and it's just kind of like, it's a lot more laid back style. There's as much effort in keeping the melody going, but it feels a lot more relaxed, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Do it, keep it real, it's penitentiary steel. This ain't no freestyle battle, all you niggas getting killed with your mouths open. Trying to come up off of me, you in the clouds open. Smoking dope, it's like a Sherman. Niggas think they learn to fly, but they burn, motherfucker, you deserve to die. out of prison, pistols in the air. Biggie, remember when I used to let you sleep on the couch and beg a bitch to let you sleep in the house? Now it's all about Versace. You copy my style. 5 shots couldn't drop me. I took it and smelled. Now I'm about to set the record straight. With my AK, I'm still the thug that you love to hate. Motherfucker, I hear from any double.
All right, before we go into the next one, so there's so much lyrics. This just kind of, it is relentless with music I'm used to, like rock music and certain amount of country. Is verse, bridge, chorus, and it goes in a particular kind of, you know, this a little bit break, that a little bit break, that. But this is just like first chorus, first chorus, first chorus, very relentless and just kind of continuous. One kind of bleeds into the other. You don't get the break of just the pure music leading up to the chorus and then the music and then a solo. It's none of that. It's just verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, all like together, one after the other. But wow, it's interesting. Okay, people how we do it, keep it real as potentially steal. So penitentiary steal, so obviously it's keeping it real like that. So something, you know, very kind of real and kind of permanent and there and, you know, and moving. It's in a freestyle battle, all you ends getting killed with your mouths open. So yeah, so he's doing this on purpose. He's thought about these lyrics. It's not just freestyle where he's just saying what he's feeling. He's thought about this, and these lyrics are very, very deliberate, aren't they? Trying to come off at me, you in the clouds hoping. So once again, saying that, you know, they wanted to kind of end him. He's too good for them, you know, they're dreaming. Smoking dope like a Sherm high and think they're learning to fly. Yeah, just another dig at them and not being very good. But they burn. MF, you deserve to die. Again, he's threatening them, saying about, you know, how beneath them he is and how much better he is, and they just need to go now. But you're getting money, but it's funny to me, all you ends living bummy while you're effing me. I'm a self-made millionaire. Yeah, so say, you know, they're nothing, they've got no money, I've got all the fame, I've got all the money, I got the power, I'm what it's all about, you know, I'm that guy, you're not it. Fuck living out of prison, pistols in the air, haha, Biggie, remember I used to let you sleep on the couch and begged a bitch to let you sleep in the house. So obviously Biggie is one of the ones he's having a go at. He thinks was involved with it. And saying, you're nothing, you know, you slept on my couch when I was, you know, doing stuff. You're nothing. I had to beg people to let you stay there. So, you know, you're nothing, mate. Now it's all about Versace, he copied my style. Now, he's had the style for a while, he's had the money, and they're all trying to be like him. So, you know, it's the best diss you can make. It's like, you all think you're great, you're just copying me because I'm better than you. You know it, that's why you want to be me. 5 shots couldn't drop me, I took it and smiled. I'm about to set the record straight with my AK. I'm still the thug that you love to hate. MF, I hit them up. So, you know, shot him 5 times, took it, smiled, it's nothing. You know, now he's going to set the record straight. He's going to come at you with his AK, you know, and he's still the one you love to hate. You know, as much as they say they hate him, they still want to be him. You know, that's what he's saying. He's still the one that they look up to and they want to be like. That's why they want to do away with him. So this is Gaddafi and Idi Amin. So this will be 2 different people. Let's start it here.
From any W jurors with plenty murders occurs. No points of comments, we bring the drama to all you heard. Knuckle check the scenario. Little C's, I bring you fake G's to your knees. Copping please in these scenario. Little Kim, is you coked up or doped up? Little Junior Whopper click smoked up. What the fuck is you stupid? I take money crashing and mashing through Brooklyn. When my click looting, shooting and polluting your block. With 15 shot, cock lock to your knot. Outlaw mafia click, moving up another notch. In your box top spots, get mopped and dropped. All your fake ass East Coast props brainstormed and locked.
Before we go to the next person, so it's Gaddafi, possibly, if that's how I pronounce it. So a different style again, quite melodic as well, but I like the way to emphasize certain words in the end of verses. It's either his voice is doubled or there's other people rapping with him, in time with him, just to kind of get that overlay to go like, this is the important part, you know, there's everyone saying it. That's quite a nice style.
Junior Whopper click smoked up. What the fuck is you stupid? I take money crashing and mashing through Brooklyn. When my click looting, shooting and polluting your block. With 15 shot, cock lock to your knot. Outlaw mafia click, moving up another notch in your box.
Yeah, there was a couple of examples of it. That's quite interesting. I like that way to emphasize the words that he's, you know, saying. Again, very melodic. It's a little bit higher pitched than Tupac. Tupac's got a kind of more a lower rumble to his voice, which is quite interesting. This is a little bit higher. That's quite cool. Okay, I'm from New Jersey, where plenty of murders occurs. No points or commas. We bring the drama to all you herbs. Now check the scenario. Let's see. I'll bring you fake G's to your knees. Come please. And De Janeiro. Look here into cooked or doped up. See, I have no idea. Get a little junior Whopper clique smoked up. So they're a bunch of kids. What the F is you stupid? I take money, cash, mash through Brooklyn. My clique looting, shooting, and polluting your block. Okay, interesting stuff.
Stop spots, get mopped and dropped. All your fake ass East Coast props brainstormed and locked.
Use a beat biter, a pop style taker. I tell you to your face, you ain't shit but a faker. So for the Alizé with a chaser, about to get murdered for the paper. Edie, I mean approach the scene of the caper like a loke with low Caesar and a choke. Toting smoke, we ain't no motherfucking joke. Dog life niggas better be known. We approaching in a wide open gun smoking. No need for hoping it's a battle lost. I got him crossed as soon as the funk is popping off. Nigga, I hit him up.
Right, so that's gone to hit him up again. Okay. So I left a little bit out on the previous one, but so the previous guy, looting, shooting, polluting your block, a 15-shot Glock to your knot, outlaw mafia clique, moving up another notch, and your pop stars pop, get mobbed and dropped, or your fake ass East Coast props brainstorming and locked. I have no idea. There's just lots about Glocks and stuff. I don't know enough about all this stuff, so I need to do some homework. So Idi Amin is this other guy now. This guy. So it's a beat prior to a pack style taker. I'll tell to your face, you ain't shit but faker. Soft and laser with a chaser, about to get murdered for the paper. Idi Amin approached the scene of the caper like a lock with a little Caesar and a choke. Yes, once again, I'll tell your face, you're nothing, you're just a faker, you're a bunch of softies, you're absolute rubbish. Gun tote smoke, we ain't no MFing joke, fuck life, N-word, better be known, we're approaching the wide open gun smoking, only to hoping it's about a loss. Got them across as soon as the F is bopping off, and I hit them up. Okay, all the same kind of thing. His voice is a little bit interesting, he does it in a slightly different way. They said they're using their voices as an instrument, I can't even talk. So as I said before, using their voice as an instrument. He does it in a slightly different way. Kind of makes me think of Morgan Wallen, I think his name was. I reacted to the other week, a country singer. I said his voice was kind of more monotone. It stays at a certain level. So this guy does as well. He's rapping at kind of that level. And then when he's got this rhyming at the end of each line. So it says the sets of a rhyme, that's it rhymes. And the end of each sentence on each line is a rhyme that matches the previous one, but he keeps it at the same level. So it's kind of like he keeps it at the same level, not monotone, but in that kind of way. So it doesn't, the others are kind of like they're up and down. It's like, you know, it's a flow and it flows along. He's more like straight to the point. It's just like instead of you know what I mean? It's not kind of on a wave. It's very much a line his voice stays on. Still has melody to it, I'm not saying that, but it keeps it much tighter, and occasionally you'll kind of deviate from it and flick the odd word around to emphasize it, and then it's like stays focused, laser focused, straight line, ready for all those rhymes at the end of each line. So that's really, really interesting. Let's go back to that.
I got him crossed as soon as the funk is popping off. Nigga, I hit him up. Now you tell me
Back a little bit on this little bit. Right, let's go back.
In your box, top spots, get mopped and dropped. All your fake ass East Coast
Pop style taker, I tell you to your face, you ain't shit but a faker. So for the Alizé with a chaser, about to get murdered for the paper. Edie, I mean approach the scene of the caper like a loke with low Caesar and a choke. Toting smoke, we ain't no motherfucking joke. Dog life niggas better be known. We approaching in a wide open gun smoking. No need for hoping it's a battle lost. I got him crossed as soon as the funk is popping off. Nigga, I hit him up. Now you.
I've heard rapping like that before, and it's very specific kind of rap from what I kind of have in my head. That it is, I said, it is very sort of laser focused. This one saying, this one saying, this one. And there's a lot of, you know, saying I said Morgan Wallace doing it. And there's other ones that kind of like laser, it's this, and this. They deviate from that and just like flick the odd word up or down with a tone. But it's all kind of like, it's on the same level to kind of get that consistency. So that's what I'm getting from that. This is quite long. How long is this one? 5 minutes. I didn't realize how long I'm making about, half hour long video. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Right, let's carry on.
I see them, they run. They don't want to see us. Whole Junior Mafia clique dressing up trying to be us. How the fuck they gonna be the mob when we always on our job? We millionaires. Killing ain't fair, but somebody gotta do it. Oh yeah, Mob Deep. You wanna fuck with us? You little young ass motherfuckers. Don't one of you niggas got sickle cell or something. You fucking with me, nigga. You fuck around, have a seizure or a heart attack. You better back the fuck up before you get smacked the fuck up. It's how we do it on our side. Any of you niggas from New York that wanna bring it, bring it. But we ain't singing, we bringing drama. Fuck you and your motherfucking mama. We gonna kill all you motherfuckers. Now when I came out, I told you it was just about Biggie. Then everybody had to open their mouth with a motherfucker opinion. Well, this how we gonna do this. Fuck Mob Deep, fuck Biggie, fuck Bad Boy as a staff, record label, and as a motherfucking crew. And if you wanna be down with Bad Boy, then fuck you too. Chino XL, fuck you too. All you motherfuckers, fuck you too.
Wow, there's a lot there of him just really having to go at all the people that he has beef with. It's just like, about Junior Mafia clique dressing, trying to be us. How the going to be the mob when we always do our job? We're millionaires. Feeling unfair, but someone's got to do it. Yeah, well, I don't necessarily agree with that, to be honest, but in the world he's from, that's kind of what it is. Mob Deep, F reverse, you little young ass MFs. Don't one of you has got sickle cell or something? Sickle cell anemia, right? What the hell? You have a meeting and you F around and have a seizure or a heart attack. So he's having to go in the young, they're sickly, they got something wrong with them if they're going to try and do this and mess with me. Wow, there's so much. A lot of it, I don't know a lot about. Obviously, he's saying, now when I came out, I told you it was just about Biggie. Now everyone has to open their mouth. And now, everyone's got an opinion. And now they're in it as well. So, F you all, F Mob Deep and Biggie and Bad Boy staff and record label. And he's just calling everybody out at this point, saying, you know what? F you all, I don't care, all of you. Yeah, there's a lot of people in names that I don't have any clue any of them are. So let's carry on.
All of y'all motherfuckers, fuck you, die slow, motherfucker. My fofo make sure all y'all kids don't grow. You motherfuckers can't be us or see us. We motherfucking thug like riders, west side till we die. Out here in California, nigga, we warn you, we'll bomb on you motherfuckers. We do our job. You think you mob, nigga, we the motherfucking mob. Ain't nothing but killers and the real niggas, all you motherfuckers feel us. Our shits go triple and four quadruple. You niggas laugh cause our staff got guns in they motherfuckers belt. You know how it is when we drop records, they felt. You niggas can't feel it, we the realest. Fuck them, we Bad Boy killers.
Wow. So it's the same sort of thing. He's having to go at, as I say, we got it all. Yeah, you laugh at us because we got this, but we're the ones that be on top. That's crazy. This sort of thing that I don't understand, the world they come from and all that sort of thing. So it's quite difficult to kind of make associations with it and understand it when I don't know the people and the situations, and I said, the slang and the things he's talking about. I don't know this world, so I kind of avoided that for a while because it's a world I know nothing about at all. I've not encountered, I've not been there, I don't know people from there, so I don't know a lot of this. So it's interesting seeing there's some names I know, like some of the artists I know, like Biggie and Notorious B.I.G. I think was involved at one point, and obviously Diddy. Let's not speak about him, shall we? But but there's a lot of names that I've heard over the years, but I don't know the context of who they are to each other. East side and west side, I don't know on each side. I think I've made that pretty clear. I have no clue, but it's interesting digging into that. So I think it'd be quite good seeing the other side of this argument as well. So I may have to do that for next time and see if there's an east side disc to match the west side. This is usually how it goes, isn't it? One side has a go, then the other side does. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do next time. So if anybody knows a good track to kind of get the other side of this disc, and other people that he's having to go at, did they retaliate? Is there something I need to listen to? Please let me know, and I shall react to that one. So anyway, thanks a lot for joining me. Hopefully this hasn't been too, teeth pulling excruciating because I have no idea what any of this is, but I'm trying to learn. I'm learning all the time. So, thank you for sticking with me and helping out with this. At the end of the day, as I said, this is a journey to discover things I don't know about, and I want to learn because it's interesting stuff, and there's a whole world that I didn't know about. I didn't think about the artists using their voices as an instrument. I think of like Diana Kudanova that I've been reacting to on a Tuesday. She definitely uses her voice as an instrument, but in a different way to this. So it's interesting seeing that rap artists are doing that. They're not just talking, they're not just reciting something. They are feeling it, they're pushing out there with a melody and with purpose, and different people doing it a different way with their voices. It's really interesting. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Please comment, like, subscribe, have a look at my Patreon, and join me again soon. Till then, bye-bye.